Hey folks, Grant here. Now Gary's been riding me to buy a new 4K camera to do YouTube videos with him, but I'm cheap, and I chose to upgrade my old one. Was it worth it? Stay tuned to find out. He seriously wants me to buy a new 4K camcorder, but I prefer my old Shaky cam, as he calls it. This is high definition video. I bought this in 2009. I paid 800 bucks with this little SD card, okay? I did look the other day and to get a new camera, a Sony Handycam, cheapest one there. The only difference would be it would have night vision, would cost me $500. I like to use what I have and not run out and throw money at e-bikes and extra lenses for my cameras and new computer parts left, right, and center. So anyways, I opted to buy this new battery. So I paid 50 some dollars for this battery, and this is a 3000 mAh battery, and it says 268 minutes when I charged it and plugged it in, and I did get over 3 hours of recording out of it, so that's excellent. So that's a great little buy for 50 some dollars. And like I say, this SD card, which came with this camera when I bought it at the time, I paid $70 for this card back in 2009. I wanted to upgrade this card because this is a 16 gig card, and I don't know what the actual speed it's rated for. This is a class 6 card. Like I say, 2009, this was top of the line. I was transferring files doing the Spirit Box of the night, and it was transferring at 7 megs a second. I did order a brand new card that goes in here, but I goofed up and I made a mistake. So the new card that I ordered was an SDXC, which is extended capacity card. They will not work in these older, like 10-year-old camcorders, which I did not know. You have to go with an SDHC high capacity card. And they only go up to 32 gigs. I don't know if this camera will focus on that. Now Gary happened to call me. He told me something I did not know, which is it's super easy when you order stuff from Amazon to send it back. I literally went to my returns, clicked on send it back, printed a label for it. You throw it in an envelope or a little box, and they will pay for your mistakes. Amazon. Okay, so there's my Shaky cam. I'm going to open this sucker up, and we're going to see if it'll read it, the card, first try. I haven't tried this yet, so I don't know. I'm just opening it right now out of the plastic. Okay, battery's installed. Let's see here. Is this going to recognize it? So it's saying 268 minutes of battery life. And now what you have to do, I believe, oh, it says 4 hours and 11 minutes just popped up there. I don't know if we can see it on this. There you go, 4 hours and 11 minutes, which is awesome because the old card, being 16 gigs, only held 2 hours of video. So yes, it is not a touchscreen on this old camera, but I don't care. So you do have to initialize the card when you put it in, which I'm doing right now. Okay, so this is the part that would fail on that other card, the XC. Hey, process completed successfully. Awesome. So now I just got to shoot some video and check the transfer speeds on that. So let us know in the comments below. Are you a Gary that's going to run out and buy a new camcorder or new equipment whenever you want just because it doesn't matter? You want the best of the best? Or are you a Grant and you want to use the stuff that you already paid for and you want to get as much life out of it as you can? So if you are a Grant and you're going to use your old equipment, stick around at the end because Gary has a great tip for us, which he gave me the other day for using these SD cards. So my testing methodology here is I'm letting the camcorder record right now on the old SD card, so the 10-year-old card. I'm going to record exactly 3 minutes of video, and then I'm going to transfer that file to my computer, and we're going to time it, and we're also going to look at the write stats to see how fast it's writing. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to record another 3-minute video on the new card and check the stats on that and compare the two. Sounds scientific, doesn't it? One other thing I should mention, of course, is, and I mean that's pretty obvious, but let me get into the back of the camera here. So this is the original USB cable that came, that you hook to the camera and then into the computer. So this is 10 years old. This will not be USB 3.0, this cable, right? So even though I'm going to hook it into my computer, which sits right here, into a USB 3.0 slot, we're hampered by the speed of this cable, which is old school. This new card is rated for 80 megs a second. Well, I don't know how fast it'll go. Now, this card should be 10 times faster than the old one. That is worth it to me for 10 bucks. was actually probably around $70 to $75. We'll see, as opposed to spending the $500 on a new camera, is this thing going to work just fine for me? Holy, look at the dust on there. Swiffer. Cables everywhere. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, that lens probably hasn't been cleaned in 10 years. Hey, good for another 10. Okay, so here is the 10-year-old SD card. I'm going to transfer from the camera to the computer. Let's see what kind of speeds we get. And just like I said, 7.5 megs a second. Here's the brand new Class 10 SDHC card. This one should transfer up to 80 megs a second. So this should be like 10 times faster than the old one. And what do we got here? Say what now? It's freaking slower. This thing's freaking slower than the old 10-year-old one. How is that possible? How? Okay, so now I'm actually writing it back to the card to test the write speed of the card. It's at 4 megs a second, copying from the computer back onto the brand new card. Okay, so there's one more piece to this puzzle, which I knew the speeds would be hampered by that old cable, like I said, but I do find it surprising that the new card is actually 2 megs slower than the 10-year-old card, because it should have been at least as fast, right, if it's hampered at 7 megs by the cable. I have a laptop here with a card reader on it. I'm going to test the speeds again through the card reader. Just a screenshot of life and society today, right? I'm sitting here at my desk. I've got 4 screens in front of me. Think back 30 years ago. If you had one TV in your house, you were doing good. This is the wife's laptop. Don't tell her I'm using it. Let's see what speed it transfers at. So this is the old card, the 10-year-old card. Oh, more details. It's transferring at 21.5 megs a second. I can't see the hole. This is the new card. Let's see how fast it is. 71, 70, around 70. So definitely faster. The reason most people are going to go, so what, idiot? Use a card reader. Well, this goes back to what Gary and I had a conversation about the other day. I told him I don't want a card reader. I just want to plug my camera in and transfer my files. Hey guys, I just got out of the shower, so yes, I'm wearing a different shirt. But while I was sudsing up, I had an idea, a thought actually, that I have other cables. I got a whole box of cables over there. It's one of those adapter cables. But I know that in that box of cables I got over there, I do have another cable that's a solid one as well. I might run this test a couple more times with just different cables just to see if there's a cap of, about 7 megs a second on all these cables, or if one of these cables is faster than the other. Nothing's ever easy, is it? So that cable with the adapter thing on it is not working. Over to the treasure trove. I got a box of freaking cables here I've been saving for 20 years, so I know I got some more in here. It's just a question of how many inches deep do I have to go. I'm not even kidding here. The one you need is always at the freaking bottom. So again, this is something janky about this one. Okay, so it is the piece that I need, but it's got like a dual USB on it. This is freaking old. I don't know what this came off of. I know somewhere in here I got another one in this mess, which I might have skipped over by accident. Just a straight through cable. Aha! Jackpot! So inside this little case, that's why I didn't find it the first time. There's another one in there, and that's just a one piece straight through, so I can test that one as well. If anybody needs some stereo speaker wire, I got 50 feet of phone cable in there, printer cables, you name it, old video cables, S-video, yellow, red and white audio cables. Hit me up, baby. Maybe I'll start my own marketplace or something. So this is the janky one with the two connections on it. I think this came from an MP3 player. I know you kids don't know what that is. An MP3 player that had a little speaker hookup to it as well. We'll try this guy first and see what the speed is on that, if it'll even connect. So you want to talk about janky. It won't reach that cable from the camcorder up to the USB, so I propped a couple of controllers underneath it and set it on top. Anyways, it just popped up. Okay, so I just tested both those cables and they are transferring at the exact same speed as the original cable, which is 6.5 to 7 megs per second, meaning that those are probably USB 1 cables. They're not going to get any faster. This leads us into Gary's tip. Alright guys, well I'm going to sign off using the old Shaky cam here. I love you, Shaky cam. Was the upgrade worth it? I got a long-lasting battery and an SD card that will hold twice as much video for 70 bucks. So I think as long as the camera's working, I'm happy. And we all know it ain't a Bigfoot video unless it's shaky and blurry. Thanks for watching.